When you're packing for a winter hill walking day, you need a few more bits and bobs than you would if you were out in the summer. I've got a 40 to 45 litre rucksack here, which means I can put everything in comfortably and I can get things out without having to empty my whole bag to get to the bottom. In the bottom of this bag, I'm going to put my emergency bits and bobs. So my first aid kit, I've got an emergency blizzard bag here, which is like a 3-layer foil blanket, which gets air pockets in between so it keeps you nice and warm in an emergency. And I've got a group shelter. This group shelter is a little bit like the outside of a tent, and you can just wrap yourself in it. 3, 4, 5, you can get up to 10-man group shelters, and you get in that and get out of the elements. It's really nice for lunch too. So I'm going to put that in its own individual dry bag, because it's really annoying when they get wet and then you have to get them out and dry them every day. So in we go with the dry bag, the blizzard bag, and I'm going to pop my first aid kit just down the back of the rucksack there. Next in my bag, I'm going to put my big insulating jacket. So I've got this big Rab generator here, which is a big Primaloft, really warm puffy jacket, and this is big enough that I can wear over the top of all of my other layers. I'm going to bag that up in a dry bag too. And you might want to have a second insulating layer, which is more as an extra mid layer for when it gets really cold. So in here I'm going to put this K-on, which is a sort of hybrid jacket. It's half down and half Primaloft, and I can wear that underneath my shell. Put that in there. So that's going there, near to the bottom of the bag. In another dry bag, I'm going to have a few sets of spare gloves. So I've got my main set of winter gloves, like these guide gloves that are waterproof and insulated. But I've got a spare set of waterproof and insulated gloves. And I've also got a little emergency set of gloves. So these can be any type of glove, really. I've got these nice little Primaloft ones. But they're going to go in a separate dry bag. And you might want to put a buff in here as well, or some kind of scarf or neck gaiter. It's a little emergency in there. Okay, so next up, I'm going to put some stuff in the lid. So on the inside of the lid, I'm going to put a head torch. This is really important because it gets really dark early in winter. So I'll need that there because I'm likely to be walking back in the dark. And I might put in there, I'm going to carry a spare map in winter. So I'm going to fold that up and put that on the inside. Next in my bag, so because we're out in winter, I need some crampons. And I really want my crampons to be at the top of the bag and really accessible, so that when I need them, I could just get them out and put them on straight away. So my crampons are going towards the top of the bag, alongside my flask and my water. The next thing I want is my lunch and my snacks. Now, I like to keep my lunch in the lid of the rucksack here, so it's easily accessible because it's really important to me. But some people like to put their lunch in a bag or a dry bag in the top of their bag. So that's going to go in there. In the top of your lid of your rucksack, you can put your camera and your sunglasses. And another thing that's really important that I haven't got here is a set of ski goggles. If the weather gets really bad and there's a lot of snow and spindrift, then you're going to be blind without your goggles. So have them in the top of your rucksack. I've got a battery for my phone, because when it gets cold, the battery runs out, and a little cable. So I'm going to put that in the top there. And I'm also going to put my big gloves in the top of my bag, because actually at the start of my walk, if it's quite warm, I probably just want to be wearing a thin pair, like these little power stretch gloves. So I'll have them out ready. My woolly hat is ready. And then, because depending on the weather, I'm probably going to start off in my shell salopettes. So I'll be wearing them, and I might start off in my shell jacket as well. But if not, I'll pop that in the top. To walk in, I'm going to wear a windproof layer and a probably insulating layer like this Vaporize. If you haven't got one of those, you can use a fleece and you can use a windproof layer like this one. It's quite nice and modular. On the outside of my bag, I'm going to put my axe. And attach that on there, or you can put it down your back. And I'm going to have my map and compass to hand, so I'll probably have that in the pocket of my shell jacket or in the pocket of my jacket. Got my hat, gloves, and walking poles, and my phone in my pocket. I'm going to keep that nice and warm. And that's it.